Hello everyone, Manithral here, and welcome to going over basically the introducing tunes of Amascut. I know yesterday they were saying about how there's some changes that were made, and this does launch pretty soon, so I figured it might be a good idea to go over this in case some of you guys aren't familiar with what's going to be happening. So there is, I will say, long story short, this entire thing is basically going to be a spoiler episode. So if you don't want to, if you want to run into this completely blind, this is not the video for you. Because we're going to be going over the entire thing, starting with the requirements. So here we go, spoiler warning, all that. But the requirements are as follows. Beneath Cursed Sands, contact Prince Ali Rescue, Ixtharlian's Little Helper, and Gucher's Cat, of course. Obviously, you got to start from the base. This means you'll need the following skill levels in order required to complete the associated quests. 62 agility, 55 crafting, 55 firemaking, and of course, as you go through these quests, one thing that's always true is the higher the skill, the easier it gets. There is bosses within the tombs. So up first you have Akka. Who's a human warrior. Now they are corrupted. So, wait, sorry. Akka made the mistake of joining the cult dedicated to the original form of Amascut before she was corrupted. Okay, as a devourer. This cult had one desire to be reborn in a perfect form, so they performed a ritual and called upon Amascut, sacrificing themselves in her name. However, the poison used by Akka failed to work correctly. He survived, trapped on the brink of death, becoming perfect servant for the devourer. So he's kind of stuck between life and death, but that is one of the bosses. Then we have Baba. This was once was a matriarch of a large troop of baboons. So as she grew old, she feared for the future of her family, considering her hair is to be incompetent. Amascut promised her immortality so that she could rule her family forever. However, in return, she demanded that both Baba and her family serve her. And of course, Baba agreed and was willingly corrupted by Amascut. And of course, the corruption gave her immortality, but made her bound, so now she's more corruption than anything. And then we have Kefri, is a last of an ancient race along with scarabs. Oh, okay, so it's kind of like a dung beetle there, because I was wondering what that was as it was carrying. But she lived in isolation for years, watching the desert from far, gathering knowledge as she did. While initially content, over time she started to desire children to pass her knowledge on to. Amascut claimed to have a way to give Kefri the children she desired, promising to make her a mother of scarabs, even smarter than she was. However, Amascut twisted the words, destroying the Kefri's intelligence, making her nothing more than a mindless thrall, which that's actually really sad. And we have Zabak. I mean, you can tell it's a crocodile. He was a crocodile Zabak was a crocodile living in the Ilid. With so little food available, the group had to rely on resourcefulness. However, Zabak was weak and was unable to compete with the others. To survive, he used the resourcefulness in another way, luring the crocodiles into traps so he could kill them, take their food. Before long, he was the only crocodile left, and with nothing left to eat, Amascut promised him a lifetime supply of food for his service, and he willingly agreed. So there's also the invocation system. This is one of the gameplay features that sets it to Amascut apart from the previous raids. This innovative feature will let the raiders customize their experience inside the tombs. So this gives new adventurers a chance to learn the ropes and letting veterans build on mechanics they've already mastered to create whole new challenges. So as you can see here is an example for the party of Goblin 9. So the reward potential, you got your I'm going to assume that's this XP, something there, and the different types of rewards you can potentially get. And here are the invocations you can, well, that they have selected. So, at raid and level of 1 through 49 will count as entry mode raid. Entry mode raids are a great way for far less experienced players to get stuck in and some improvement. So it's 0 through 49, it's a good way to learn. At 150 and to 299 is normal mode, so this is where you can experience the normal type behavior of how it's supposed to be. And then a raid level 300 and above will count, well, I think 300 is the top, but still. That is considered expert mode, so it is the overall best. This is your basically, oh, you can get up to 580 raid level, so this is so far too. They might increase it. But obviously, the reward potential gets better and better the further you go up. So that was not, that 580 up here was not the XP, that was just the ranking. So that's something to kind of keep in mind. So as you can see here, there is a reward potential difference. So if you go the easiest possible mode of 0 to 149, you can get 4 out of 12 of the drops. If you go 150 and above, you can get all drops. Same goes for 300 and 580, but obviously the higher the ranking, the better the odds probably. So this is how the ranking will actually impact that too. All of the untradeable rewards, the Thread of Elidness, and the Kyras Partisan Jewels can be obtained in any raid level. As you work your way up, I lost my voice there. As you work your way up the ranks and surpass 50 raid level, you'll be within a reasonable shot to start earning the Lightbearer and Osmond's Fang if you see a unique. And completing a normal mode or higher raid will give you a decent chance to loot a piece of Missouri armor, the Word of Elidness, or even the Shadow of Temeka if you see a unique. Any of the items that are grayed out can be obtained, but will be extremely rare, so don't count on seeing it. So technically speaking, you could get anything out of here, but don't count on it. It's going to be so rare that it's not even funny. There is also some other reward. Well, this is going more in depth of the rewards, I should say. Up first, we have the Missouri armor. Yeah. Requirements. This is the ranged variant. So this is the 80 range, 30 defense, or 80 when upgraded. So keep that in mind. So using pieces broken out from Armadale's armor and crafting them with 90 crafting onto your Missouri armor pieces with a chisel, you can create the upgraded version. So that is how you upgrade it. The Armadale helmet gives you 1 Armadale plate. The chest plate gives 4 plates. The chain skirt gives 3. So, crafting values with 90 crafting. It's essentially a straight swap, because the Missouri helmet upgraded 1 armor plate, Missouri chest plate upgraded 4 plates, and Missouri chain skirt is 3 plates. But now, just to give an example, at the helmet alone, for the regular one, it is -1 magic, of course, and 12 ranged. The defense is 3, 4, 3, 6, 4. And for the Missouri helmet upgraded, the attack is -1, 12, and defense is 8, 10, 12, 12, 9. That is 5 more than, so increased by 5, and then you got increased by 6, an increase by 9 for crush, an increase by 6 for magic, and an increase by 5 for ranged defense. That's pretty hefty increases for defense. And it gets even better yet whenever you get into the chest plate, because you go from a -4 for the magic attack and 43 range to still -4 and 43. Then you get into defense. It goes from defense of, this is the original, is stab is 37, slash 35, crush is 38, magic 25, range is 33. Then you go to the upgraded, which is stab of 59, slash of 52, crush of 64, Magic is 74 and ranged of 60, so this is a substantial increase, one that is definitely worth it. And it's also worthwhile to note too that every single piece of the Missouri Missouri pieces that are upgraded also get a +1 to the prayer bonus. Then you also have the Shadow of Temeka. This is a magic weapon. So the requirements for it are 85 magic. The Shadow of Temeka, it has an attack of 35, a defense of 28 in the magic category. And other bonuses, attack rate of 5 and prayer of 1. The special effect is when the Shadow of Temeka is equipped, magic strength from this gear is tripled. So this effect is capped at a total of 100% magic strength. So when the Shadow of Temeka is equipped, the magic accuracy gear is also tripled. So that's actually quite substantial and quite powerful. The base max hit is calculated from the magic formulas. Magic level is 3 + 1. So you got your magic level dash 3 + 1. Go / so yeah, whatever. Yeah, that. I don't know what my brain was thinking there. That's pretty substantial. The Shadow of Temeka comes with 2 passive effects. Magic strength from gear is tripled, capped at a total 100%. And the magic accuracy from gear is also tripled. So, highly accurate gear. These passive effects only apply to I cannot read today, guys. Only apply to the inbuilt spell of the Shadow of Temeka and won't apply to bonuses applied from any spellbook. So there you go, it boosts your base. The word of Lidness. Lidness was goddess of fertility alongside her husband Temeka. They're joint leaders. So, guess what this is going to be? This is a defensive offhand, basically. This is the ward. So requirements are 80 magic, 80 defense, and 80 prayer. That's a lot of prayer. But defense, for an uncharged, it's not too great. You got a defense of 5, 3, 9, 0, 6, an attack of +5 magic. You got magic damage of +3%. But now if you charge it, you have an attack of 25 magic, a defense of 53, 55, 73, 2, and 52. And then your other bonuses are 5% magic damage and 4 prayer. So kind of nice and kind of smart to do. It's the best in the slot. So if you get the broken ward, it's definitely worthwhile getting it fixed up. And then we have the Osmoton's Fang. So this one is 82 attacks, so this is kind of a thing of this is going to be for attack melee. So since it has 82 attack requirement, it is 105 stab and 75 slash. Melee strength is 103, attack rate of 5. The special attack increases the max hit of the weapon to its true max hit for 1 attack. Also boosts accuracy by an additional 50%, and it only costs 25% special attack energy. Quite great. And then we have the Lightbearer. The Lightbearer is a ring for any adventurer looking to unload a deluge of special attacks and can be equipped by anybody fortunate enough to have one in their possession. When equipped, your special attack energy will regenerate twice the speed as it usually does, so that's pretty good. Great for DPS. And then you have the Thread of Elidness, which requires 75 crafting. With this being a somewhat magical raid, players suggested to potentially upgrade the Rune Pouch. So it's a very popular item, and they propose using the Thread of Elidness. This is a new untradeable reward. So this magical thread, once woven by the ancient seamstress, can be used together with a needle to imbue your rune pouch with magical energy, allowing you to store an additional type of rune. So you won't be having to figure out both new and old versions of the rune pouch simultaneously, as they might be a tad too powerful. So you can only use really one at a time. But If a player loses the thread of validness, then they need to reobtain it, through the Tunes of Amascut again. However, you will be able to obtain multiple of the threads. This will be a fairly common drop compared to other uniques due to its untradeable nature, and not just roll on a unique drop table. You'll also be able to degrade the rune pouch to reobtain the thread, just in case you getting involved some risky business and you might die and you don't want to risk it. You can also do that. Though there's also the Kyras partisan jewels, so these jewels can only be used within the Tombs of Amascut, aside from the Breach of the Scarab's jewel, which previously passed the polls. So some examples of the jewels are the Eye of the Corruptor. Using this jewel grants the Kyras partisan a special attack, Wrath of Amascut, which costs 75% of special attack. A Wrath of Amascut has a 100% increased accuracy and 25% increased damage. Any enemy hit within the Amascut or Wrath of Amascut will receive 25% increased damage for the next 6 seconds, and the Kyras partisan speed will be halved when using the Wrath of Amascut. So in other words, you'll have to wait 8 cycles after using the special attack to be able to start attacking again. So big power, kind of get a little bit of delay. Jewel of the Sun. Using this jewel grants a Kyras partisan's ability to drain life from defeated enemies at the cost of prayer points. If killing a blow is dealt to a creature within the Tombs of Amascut with the Kyras partisan sporting a Jewel of the Sun, the player will lose 5 prayer points but gain 12 hit points. So this effect can overheal up to 20% of the player's hit points. The Jewel of the Sun gives the Kyras partisan plus 25% accuracy against creatures with less than 25% health. Additionally, the jewel grants a special attack, Temeka's Light. Temeka's Light costs 75% special attack energy and 50 prayer points in order to fully heal and overheal the player above up to 20% of their hit points. This special attack also cures poison, restores any drained stats, and fully restores run energy. And then we have, of course, the Breach of the Scarab, so increase accuracy by 33% against Calphites, Scarabs, and Beetles. And remember, that is the only jewel that can be used outside of it. Now, there is competitions galore. We actually already discussed the login screen yesterday. But first place gets the $200 Amazon voucher, 12 months of membership, a framed image of your artwork signed by the team. Second place gets a $100 Amazon voucher and 6 months membership. And third and fourth place get a $50 Amazon voucher and 3 months membership. So do check that out. Although I will say, the submissions I think are already done. So unfortunately, but do check it out. See who wins. It's awesome to see the artwork. Competition stories from the Caribbean Desert. And we can click to expand this. So this is something that has been completed and it is already been voted for, but the winners of this should be getting announced here soon. But the first place gets 12 months membership and a short story turned into an in-game book. Second is 6 months. Third and fourth is 3 months membership. So these are the things, like the main things to kind of expect. Now, as far as like gameplay and stuff like that goes, obviously I don't have a way to get into like some sort of unofficial beta or whatever. This is the only information, but some of this other stuff has changed, and I figured let's just get all this information here to you guys now, because obviously there's definitely some cool stuff coming soon. But that'll do it for this video, so thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, later guys.